Hello, did you know that two people can experience the same hearing changes and live very different lives? Not because one tries harder, not because one loves their family more, but because one understands what is happening inside and the other does not yet. If lately you felt a little more tired in conversations, a little less like yourself, or quietly unsure about how to explain what you're going through, this may help you see things more clearly. There is something important you need to understand. It is very hard to see clearly inside yourself in real time when your hearing is changing. The changes happen slowly. They slowly reshape how you experience conversations, how much energy you spend, how you feel about yourself. Most people only realize how much they have been overcompensating after months, sometimes years of exhaustion. To help you understand this better, let me introduce two examples. Lisa and Jennifer. Same age, similar level of reduced hearing, same love for their families, same desire to stay engaged, but very different trajectories. Lisa is doing her best. She's taking things day by day, without any real overall strategy. She doesn't want to bother anyone. She nods along in group conversations, pretends she caught everything, and keeps smiling at the restaurant, even when the noise feels overwhelming. From the outside, everything looks normal. But inside, it's a different story. She feels socially drained after simple get togethers, foggy after long conversations, sometimes irritable, and then guilty about it. She turns down certain invitations without fully admitting why. Because she lacks clarity about what's happening inside her, she struggles to explain what she needs to the people she loves. So she just pushes harder, focuses more, strains more, compensates quietly. And over time, she grows more and more exhausted. Her husband, her family, her friends, they sense that something is off, but they can't quite put their finger on it. Little by little, distance settles in. Now let's look at Jennifer. Jennifer was not always clear either. She also went through a period of denial. She also felt confused. But at some point, she decided to stop guessing and start understanding. She connected with other people going through the same thing. She talked about what she was going through. She paid attention to her fatigue, her emotions, her reactions. She realized something important. The real challenge wasn't her hearing. It was the adaptation process. And she talked about it. She told her husband, "When we are at a noisy restaurant, I may look calm, but I am working very hard to follow. After an hour, I'm exhausted." She explained to her children that if she seemed quiet, it was not indifference. It was effort. Psychologically, the difference between the two women is profound. Lisa questions herself. Why am I so tired? Why am I so tense? Her confidence quietly erodes. She feels less sharp. Jennifer, on the other hand, tries to understand what is happening. Through what she learned and the conversations she had with others in the same situation, she began to understand what was happening inside her and in her life. That clarity reduces self-criticism. She does not see herself as failing. She sees herself as adapting. Emotionally, the difference between Lisa and Jennifer shows up every day. Lisa's nervous system stays on alert. She anticipates embarrassment. She braces for mistakes. That constant vigilance creates irritability and emotional distance. Jennifer still experiences fatigue. She is not magically immune. But because she has named what is happening, her body relaxes more easily. She feels supported instead of exposed. Relationally, the gap between Lisa and Jennifer becomes even more visible. With Lisa, misunderstandings build up without being resolved. Her husband feels she is pulling away. She feels he is becoming impatient. Small disconnections repeat themselves,
They both sense something is shifting, but they cannot clearly articulate it. They love each other, but they don't feel fully understood. And the most painful part is not missing words. It is feeling like you are slowly disappearing in your own family. With Jennifer, the dynamic is different. Because her inner experience is understood, tension does not turn into resentment. Her quiet moments are not interpreted as rejection. There is more generosity, more patience, more emotional safety. Here is what I want you to see. The difference between Lisa and Jennifer isn't willpower. It isn't intelligence. The difference is not the amount of love in the family. It is internal clarity, followed by communication.
Most people try to adapt alone. They think if they push harder, things will stabilize. But pushing harder increases fatigue, and without a clear process, adaptation can take years. Years of subtle withdrawal, years of feeling less like yourself, years of thinking this is just normal aging. This channel is not about fixing hearing. It is about living well with hearing changes, preserving connection, protecting your identity, and reducing unnecessary fatigue. Clarity does not come from thinking harder. It comes from following a process. You'll find the link to a clear, structured method right below this video. And let me give you one small step you can try in the next day. You can open up a heart-to-heart conversation. Choose a moment when you feel calm and grounded, and gently ask your loved ones whether they have noticed any changes recently in your behavior, your communication, or your attitude. Then take the time to share what you are truly feeling deep down and what may be behind those changes. You can also ask them how this has felt for them. This kind of conversation needs to stay kind and respectful, and it brings a great deal of clarity to both sides. Of course, communication needs to deepen over time. It unfolds in stages, but this first step already reduces invisible pressure. You are not meant to navigate this alone. Understanding yourself is the first step. Helping your loved ones understand is the second. And when both happen, the difference is real and tangible in everyday life. Take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next video.